It's 5 o'clock, and it's time for another edition of Watch Me Work. With me and the title is you, we get together as often as we can, mostly on Mondays, to talk about your work and your creative process. What we do is we hang out for 20 minutes working alongside each other, parallel play, as the toddlers would call it, and then we break out into our Q&A section when you will ask me questions about your work and your creative process. While we don't have time to actually share work, we do have plenty of time to talk shop, which is what we do so well to help you along your creative journey. So we are supported by New Work Development at the Public Theater and HowlRound, and we have been supported and loved by them, those two entities, for the 15 plus years we've been doing Watch Me Work. So if y'all want to ask questions about your work and your creative process, who's going to tell us? Amrita, you're going to tell us how to get in touch, or is it going to be Zoe? What?
I can do it this time. Why not? Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Watch Me Work. So after our 20 minutes of work time, when the timer goes off, we invite you to raise your hand using the raise your hand function at the bottom of your screen, and we'll start a queue and ask you to unmute and ask your question.
All right. That's perfect. That's exactly how it will go. So let us begin with the work session. Here we go. Okay. So if any,
Wonderful.
yeah, if anybody has any questions about their work, your creative process, please feel free, and we'll talk to you.
Yes, and as a friendly reminder, please use the raise hand function to ask your question, and we will ask for you to unmute. Hi, Lauren. Please unmute and ask your question.
Hey,
Hello,
Lauren.
hello, everyone. Hi. I just wanted to let you know that I starting to use index cards to pinpoint what I want in this play in what order and what can go, what has to be in there, and what I don't need in there. So your advice was very good, very valuable. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Lauren. I'm so glad it's going well. So how is the writing going? Is it going all right? Aside from the index cards. How's
Uh,
it going? How's the actual writing going?
it's actually going. I think I'm on a different plane. I think I'm on a more like really try to figure out who these people are in the sense of why they want what they want, why they don't want what they don't want, what they're going to do to get it, what they're willing to do to get it or not willing to do, and the relationships and how that affects all that, and the story.
Very cool. That sounds great. That sounds great. I'm glad the index cards are working for you.
Yep.
They're fun. What size? 3x5?
Actually, it's 3x5, 4x6, and 5x7. It's 4x6.
Fantastic.
A little bigger than the 3x5.
I understand.
Because that's what I had, and I don't want to buy any more because I got enough, and I'll bring anything else in the apartment.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That sounds great. Well, good luck to you, sweetheart. Check back in with us about how well you're
Thank you.
doing, okay? Who's next?
Great. Thank you so much, Lauren. Bill, hello. Feel free to unmute yourself.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for this opportunity. I just wanted to invite anyone in the San Diego area to come to my show on Saturday. It's at Diversionary Theater, and it's being performed by actors. So this is a story I performed as a solo show last August, and it's really fun to see it evolve into this play. And I've taken so much advice from this group. Regardless of what the question was, I got something out of every answer. So, and I had to learn good Ganuk. I have a German partner, and that was something that really resonated from a few months ago. Sometimes you just have to say it's good enough, and let's see how it goes and see what's next. So,
What is the title of your show, Bill?
Vetiver. It's named after Vetiver. It's a European cologne for man. It's a grass that grows in India.
Uh-huh.
It was the parting gift of my lover,
Oh,
and it has a lot of special meaning in the show as well as in my life. And it's my like cry on cue scent,
uh-huh. Oh,
and it still works 20 years later. Even
wow.
saying the word kind of makes me weepy.
Oh,
So it's going to be fun, and it's just so great. It's with this group called Armed Services Arts Partnership,
uh-huh.
and we're either vets or children of vets.
Uh-huh.
And the stories are amazing, and it's just so fun to share. And this time it's fun to share and watch students from San Diego State University
Fantastic.
do the heavy lifting, and I just sit back and watch. So I love that. I think I like to act, but I think sitting back and writing the words and then seeing it play out is really my home. That's where I belong. So yeah, I'm just excited. So if you're in the San Diego area, come by University Heights Diversionary Theater, the third oldest gay theater in the country. And this is a gay themed event with gay vets. So yeah,
Oh, right on.
please come by.
Bill. All right. Congratulations, and please tell us how it goes.
Okay, will do. And I had to shout out to Rebecca. Thank you for your recommendation of restaurant, the Sneaky Pickle. That was such a great place. So thank you, Rebecca.
Oh, so
Yay, go Bill. Thank you so much. Hi, Lou. Please unmute and ask your question.
Hi, great
come
to
on,
see you.
flash us your book again. Where's your book?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's literally right next to my computer. I can't believe you asked me that. It's all the
Oh, come on.
I wish I wear it on a chain around my neck.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Thank
great.
you. That's amazing. Well, I'm coming to you from day 71 before it's available in
Oh,
the
wow.
world.
Wow.
And I just did day 4 of the audiobook record. So I
Oh,
just did
wow.
6 hours in a sound booth. And
Congratulations.
thank you. And I was down and out. I had to cancel Friday because I got like a weird sore throat cold, which
Oh.
no one can tell me wasn't psychosomatic, which is sort of leading to my question. Like my throat just went like on lockdown. Like I was just like, like day 3, I was like, we gotta put the brakes on this fast moving train. So I think my question after all this time is a little bit about the thing of releasing the thing the work that you've spent so much time making. I mean, and I found a typo in it today in my reading that's bumming me out. And they're like, we'll fix it on the second press and,
There you go.
these kinds of things. And so, but so let me formulate the question. Like, how do you release the thing that you just did alone in your room
Right.
for so long in my case and or not like I'm struggling. I'm so proud and I'm so relieved that I did it. But I can't lie, just this week it got a little heavy. Like, what's my outcome here? And oh, I should admit this too. There's like early galleys and different people get it. And I went to the site where I saw 3 reviews that were all very glowing and specific from
Yay.
readers. I felt really excited, just random, people. I don't know, they're
Mhm.
anonymous.
Uh-huh.
But even looking at that, I still felt like I was going through my parents' like drawers. You know what I mean? I was just like, I shouldn't be here. Like, why am I looking at this? Like, what am I trying to get from this? So, what's the role? What's my role in my work when I'm about to unleash it? What do I what do I do with this feeling? I feel sad. I think maybe there's some grief a
Mhm.
little bit like we've been together, it's almost like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, it's like we've been together for so long and now everybody gets to look at it. That's my stuff, like
Right.
I
Right.
don't know, it's like a heavy feeling. I'm so proud and you asked me where it is and then, I
Yeah.
remain in that zone, but if I'm being super real, it's like it's starting to feel heavy and a little sad.
Mhm.
And I don't know, maybe I just have to feel it, but that's what's going on
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. I mean, I think this feelings you're feeling are only problematic if you tell yourself that you shouldn't be feeling them.
Mm,
Or if you believe when someone else says you shouldn't be feeling them. And I mean, if we insist, if we were to insist, and we're not, that you should be feeling, happy or
yeah.
elated or no, whatever, or ready to start the next thing or whatever, then whatever you're feeling, if it's not that, it would be a problem. Instead, we're like you're doing already, Lou. You're welcoming in whatever it is that you're feeling. Because I mean, when is the last time you finished a book that you've been working on for what, 5, 7 years?
8,
8 years.
9. Yeah.
So when is the last time you finished a book that you've been working on for 9 years?
This is the first time I'm doing
Right.
that.
Okay. So even if it were the 15th time, whatever you're feeling is right.
Yeah.
Whatever you're feeling is right. And I think the struggle is that we think one thinks, not you, but one thinks one should be feeling something else.
Hmm.
And sad is part of it. And
Yeah.
happy is part of it. Proud is
Happy
part
is
of it.
part of proud of is part
Worried
of
is
it.
part of it.
Yeah.
Kind of like confused is part of it, you know.
Yeah. It's a big soup.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a soup of feelings, and I'm feeling them all right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's what I just have to do, to your point. And maybe because it came up right, I hadn't thought of it as grief till I just said that to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
know because I learned the hard way with grief that if you don't feel that the first time, you'll feel it later.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So yeah, it's heavy. It's a heavy feeling. Um, and I want people to love it, you know, and that's a little embarrassing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Why is it a little embarrassing?
Because I don't know. Like,
Because it's good. That's
yeah, I
the
mean,
credit. You want people to love it because it's good. God damn it. And where are we in the world? It's good to love things that are good. It's a great feeling to love things that are beautiful and good and great and are given with such heart and such love and such dedication and such
hmm
work. You know?
hmm I love things that I can feel that from all the time. That's one of my
Right.
favorite things is to feel that when I see art, whatever art, you know, visual art,
Exactly.
writing,
Mhm.
theater.
Mhm.
It's my favorite thing to see someone's work and then they love it and it's you could feel that come through. I
Mhm.
love that
Mhm.
feeling.
Mhm. And you want to, you're doing the dance, and you want to be seen as someone doing the great dance.
hmm
And we see you. You're doing the great dance. And you're undeniable. There you are, doing the great dance and doing the great work and
Thanks.
joining the great pageant of all the folks who do that sort of thing. Here and elsewhere, and in
hmm
this time and in others.
hmm
You know.
Yeah, I mean, I get to go to the pageant because I have the
Right. Right. Because you wrote your ticket, baby.
right?
You wrote your ticket. You get to go to the ball, sister. Yes, you get to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to go, and it's. I mean, I don't know what Cinderella looked behind her and thought, but because I'm not wanting to go to the ball anymore.
hmm
I'm at the ball. What about the person who wanted to go to the ball? Am I leaving her behind?
mm mm
It's like, no, you brought her with you. Well,
mm
what about the person? What about all those feelings that I was feeling? And
hmm
we get, you feel sad and you feel like this is who I am. I'm the person who wants to do this.
Oh,
you know?
truer words.
Mm.
Right. Who am I if I'm not the person who wants to do this, but the person who did it? I got to figure that out now.
Right, right, right.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's cool. I've told you this in different ways, and we've talked about this many times. Yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the world, but that's maybe sort of that's the judgment thing you're feeling. Like I'm like, shouldn't I be happier? Why am I so
Right, right,
miserable, you know? But
right, right,
because it's what I'm feeling. It just
right,
is.
right.
Yeah, it's a journey. It's a real journey, and reading it out loud too, really brought it home because it's just like,
Right. You did the audible.
yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Fantastic, fantastic. So do you resume tomorrow or did you just finish you wrapped you
No,
finished this
tomorrow,
one?
10 a.m., I'll be back in the
Fantastic.
studio. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. What a
great.
gift. What a
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
gift.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah,
Really
not
good.
every memoir writer gets the chance to do that, but they let me do it and I'm
Well,
working
they
my
like
face
they
off.
like your voice, my sister.
They do.
Yeah,
They
they
do.
do. They like your voice. That's very good. That's very good.
And I
Wow.
like it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, SLP. Yeah, I'm just moving through it. I was like, I gotta get in here today and plug
Mhm.
into the universe through you because
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm struggling a bit, but I'm at the pageant. Yeah, I think I said this one other time and I'll leave it here, but I've been thinking about all the things I've been in my life that I'm not anymore. But
Mhm.
once you're an author, they never get to take that away from you.
Right.
You get
Right.
to identify as an author like your
Right.
whole life. And
Right.
I used to do this job or that job. I used to be this a daughter, sister, but like I've had so
Mhm.
many titles. I think
Mhm.
this is the only one that is like, oh,
Right.
you know,
Right.
it's changing who I am and it will forever um, through the work,
Mhm. Oh
through the
yeah.
work.
Yeah, what
So,
was that great quote from is it Emerson? Do your work so that I may know you.
mm.
Do your work so that I may know you. And that's why we call it Watch Me Work. Cuz I want you all to be known.
That's
To
so
yourselves,
beautiful.
and to each other, and you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a startling thing, isn't it? To go, oh, that's who I am. I'm the person who does that. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, reading it and then you hear it back in your ears in the booth. And that was the thought all day today was, and also the memory of like, when did I write this sentence? I couldn't tell you. What year did that page come about? I don't know. Like it's like this very like, but I know I did it, you know. It's so weird. It's the weirdest thing.
hmm And that joy, all those feelings you're feeling now, are the feelings that we don't get when we have, you know, what's called artificial intelligence.
Oof. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All those feelings that you're having right now, that's the juicy, beautiful stuff right there.
Hmm.
It's not about like getting the book published. It's about having those feelings, and actually being human. Woohoo! That's what we get. It's part of the prize. It's part of the joy. It's part of it. It's part of the journey. All those feelings. You're allowing yourself to feel all those sensations moving through you. That's part of it. That's
Hmm.
why we do the work, to have all those feelings.
Yeah, feeling the feelings is like the number one reason I'm here, I think.
Mhm. Mhm.
Wow. All right. Always the best. So grateful.
We love and adore you.
I love you too. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we want to hear about. So 71 days. Okay.
71 days. I
Okay.
have a countdown clock in the kitchen, old school. I flip it every morning. 71.
71. Beautiful. Thank you,
Thank you.
Lou.
Thank you all.
Yes. Kayla, hello. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hey everyone. Hey
Kayla.
SLP.
Hey.
Thanks so much for the space. I'm so glad to be back in the room.
Yeah. Thanks for
Um,
joining.
my question, and it may sound flippant, but it isn't. It's sincere. I'm working on this play. My question is, how do you know when your play is too long or if you have too many characters?
Right. Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question because no, we will live in a world, where, it's like people are like, oh no, you can't have more than, whatever, 5 characters in one set and it has to be 90 minutes, so you hear that a lot. And
Yeah.
that's a fair thing for people to say, people who are producers or want to make sure they have enough money to put on the show and all that. Um, But I would say if you're having trouble keeping track of the characters,
Mm,
maybe there are too many.
mm,
I'm saying if you're feeling like, oh my God, I'm bored here,
mm,
maybe it's too long.
mm,
Or maybe the part where you're bored or finding yourself continually falling asleep or going, oh, I don't know about this part. Maybe you can circle that part and say, maybe we can rewrite that or trim it down or tighten it up. Um, yeah, basically, if you're finding it too hard to keep track of your own story,
mm,
maybe you need to tighten it up or trim it down. Great plays, though, have many, many characters and many, many settings, like Antony and Cleopatra. There's a different setting on every page. They zip all around the world practically, And other plays, of course, since then and before that. I would say you're the judge, if you will. It's your call. If you really think your play needs to have, say, 10 characters and 17 settings, go for it. Um, or if 7 characters and 4 settings
right.
and a talking horse. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
allow yourself the imaginative space to tell the story that you have to tell.
Mm.
And if you find yourself kind of wandering and getting bored or whatever of your own work, then maybe that's a good place to circle and think about trimming. Does that help?
That does help. Like right now it's about 9 characters and 80 pages, and and I'm looking at different opportunities, and everything is asking for 2 characters and
Oh,
4 the things
oh,
that I've seen. So
oh,
yeah. So
oh,
this
oh.
is very helpful.
Well, so 2 characters meaning 2 actors, or 4 characters meaning 4 actors, or 4 characters?
Um, Things that I've seen, some things have said like plays for 2 actors or 4 actors.
Right. So you can double. So you could have 4 actors, and you could think about how they might double.
Right.
That could be a way to get, to work with that, a production that has only a certain amount of money, and they want to make sure they can do. So you can say, my play employs doubling. Also, 80 pages isn't too long. That's for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, but 9 characters might be more than some production companies can accommodate. So see if you can combine maybe one of the characters that might just be repeating, maybe,
Yeah.
See if maybe if you have like narrator characters, see if you can't also fold them into the play, things like that we do to economize. And that's not a bad, trimming it down, tightening it isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just you want to keep the story that you want to tell, though. That's the most important thing.
That's really helpful.
Yeah, Amrita, you have some thoughts from new play development? Y'all do a lot of plays over there at the Fort, at the Public Theater, at the Fort.
I thought your advice was really good, SLP. I'm trying to think if I have anything additive, because I think your advice is really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just tell the stuff I probably heard that from you. Tell the story that you want to tell.
Yeah.
You say that all the time. So yeah.
Absolutely, yes. And I found, just to add on to that, even though I know times are hard and budgets are hard, but Kayla, I feel like when you tell the story that you want to tell, there are many different ways to figure out how to produce it effectively. So I've found that even being at a theater where, yes, we have, budgetary concerns, but also in the fall we produced a 5-hour play because we really believed in that play, and that play needed to be that length, and we tried to figure out if we could cut it down, and we couldn't. So I think there is always a way if the play really, really needs it and you see it.
Okay. Thank you all.
Thanks, Kayla. Great question.
Thank you, Kayla. Hi, Sarah. Please unmute and ask your question.
Sure.
Hey,
Hi. So we're so lucky. Tracy, who's here, got us a grant. We are both part of Voices of the South in Memphis, a theater company. Yeah. And the grant is for a solo show workshop. I don't know, Tracy, if there are any spots left, but go ahead and put the URL in if you want, if people want to apply for that. It's a 2-day workshop over a weekend. But the point is, sorry if no commercials are allowed, but what my question is, some tips for, because I'm lucky. I applied for it because I knew about it and I'm going, but what are tips for, and it's free. What are tips for deciding on a topic for a solo show and writing one? Like, any tips? And Bill, I welcome them from you as a private message or a public message. But of course, Suzan-Lori Parks, I'm interested in.
I don't know. I just
your
be
opinion.
like, what do I want to talk? What do I want to stand in front of people and talk about? Really, like what? Not like, ooh, what's going to sell? But if it's going to be you? Are you, Sarah, going to be the performer?
So I'm not an actor, but I'm gonna go for it. I had somebody else. Really, I won a little contest last year, a 10-minute play, and it was basically a monologue, and somebody else played me,
Right.
because I can't act, and I can't do it. But I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I can. So no, yeah, it's gonna be me.
Good. Well, good. That's really exciting. And that'll save on the budget. But really, Sarah, if you don't have to, sorry, this is what I do. I stand up on stage and I play myself, which is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And so I don't act. Acting for brilliant actors, I just play myself, which seems to work very well. So think of something that you really want to talk to people about, a story that you really want to tell people, right? And start from there, because that's what's going to be exciting. You know what I mean? It's going to be exciting for you. You're telling somebody a story, or that you just got to tell them something that happened, or something. You can make it up. It doesn't have to be real just because it's actually you telling it. You can pretend it happened to you. You can tell,
Thank you.
tell a tall tale.
You know what? Laura and Matya was talking about not being so tall, and I am so tall. And it's funny, we can both write about our height. That's funny.
How
Thanks.
tall are you?
I'm not that tall, but
Come on.
I'm now 5'8.5". I used to be 5'9.5". So I
Oh,
used to be taller,
okay.
but pretty tall.
That's beautiful. That's pretty. That I think is tall. You're tall. Cool. Does that help? Is that helpful? It's gonna be. It sounds like you're gonna have fun.
Thank you. I'm excited about it, and like it's so beyond anything I've ever done. The idea of actually the thing I'm nervous about. I love that you said, write a story that you really want, tell a story you really want to tell people, because the thing that terrifies me is memorizing the lines, even if I wrote it.
Right.
That's all.
Right. Right. Can that be part of the show?
Oh, thank you. That's a great idea.
I'm just like fold everything in.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can have
Wonderful. Thank you, Sarah. Hi, Nina. How are you? Feel free to unmute and ask your question.
Thanks, Amrita. Hi, SLP.
Hey.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
hi. I just very quickly wanted to tell you, I met you. I saw you speak at WNYC like, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago. It was a minute ago. And I was just getting my plays produced and things like that. And I was just so grateful that anyone would want to like consider my work and do my work, and I still am. But you talked about balancing that gratitude with self-advocacy and the importance of that, particularly as a woman of color. And I think I understood it in the abstract, but then had to apply it when I had the good problem of a theater in Chicago that will remain nameless offered to do my work. But it was a cast of South Asians and Southeast Asians. And their idea of casting it was just finding friends who happen to be South Asian and Southeast Asian
Right.
who had never, acted. And it was a really frustrating, hard, scary experience for me, because on the one hand, I didn't want to make waves. And on the other hand, I wanted
Right.
to be able to advocate for the play and make sure that I was proud of the work. And I think I mostly stuck the landing. I don't know that they would have me back, but I did
Right.
speak up.
Right.
And I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't talked to you about you have to advocate at any age and stage. And I just thought that work ends, or some people don't have to do it. And the way you talked about it, being on stage and like having all the accolades you had, just very much normalized that experience. And so all of that to say thank you for telling me to stand up for myself.
Oh, anytime. And these days, now it's tricky these days. Anyway, sometimes the further you go along, either in your career or your age or whatever, it gets a little trickier. Sometimes you get closer to the powers that be, and it gets even trickier. I feel like standing up for myself, advocating for myself 20 years ago was easier than it is now somehow. Just to be really honest about it, the egos. When I look around, I'm in rooms. The egos are a lot bigger, and there's a lot less room. It's like, ooh, didn't know it was so tight in here. Because the power brokers are big. I mean, maybe they're not physically large. Speaking of which, I've just put something in the chat. Queen Victoria, I think, was 4'8". But power. Talk about a power broker. But you have to get more and more creative, I've found.
And it was my first time being at a theater of that magnitude. And I had an agent, but even the agent was she's white, and she didn't feel comfortable speaking up. And I thought, oh my gosh. So I did. I don't regret it. I don't know that I would get asked back, because while I did it professionally, it was seen as a problem. But I'm glad I did it, because it was the first time as a playwright that I stood up for myself. Yeah. And I always expressed gratitude, but also felt it was really important that this play feature actors, and that I would expect in Chicago that they could find those actors.
Oh, I see.
And anyway, that was a whole separate thing. But
no. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think that we have to continue to find ways to advocate first, just to, because if we stop, you know, I mean, you're very brave. You're very brave.
I
No, you
appreciate
are.
that.
Well, you are, because most people just, you know, oh, I don't know, I'm not gonna say anything, and so the ridiculousness continues. And if we can all find ways to say a little something, push the needle a little bit, in a kind and compassionate way, that hopefully the power brokers won't have their egos bruised too much. And they'll see that we're advocating not for ourselves, but for the work, which is very different. When you
Thank
speak
you
up
for
for the
saying that.
work,
Yes,
right?
I really took it, I thought in the messaging, I was like, I'm really grateful for this. And I really think the play and the vision of this, and they kept saying it was playwright centric. It was a playwright driven initiative. And the tenor of our relationship changed pretty dramatically after that. So, but I'm grateful. And honestly, I don't think I would have done it if I hadn't talked to you
Well,
um,
well,
at that event. So
onward.
thank you.
There are a lot of wonderful theaters and a lot of wonderful producers out there.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
onward, yeah, onward. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you so much. Hi, Melinda. Please unmute and ask your question.
Hi. So this is my second time and I'm enjoying it very, very much. So thank you very much. For the last few years, I've been writing plays about characters who are not necessarily people. I mean, the angel of death and pre-birth fetuses and things that are, not necessarily people, but I would like to start writing a play that's actually based upon real people. People I've seen in the newspaper, nobody I know, but stories that I have seen. And I'm wondering if you have any guidelines for basing a character on a real person.
Oh no, I love it. I love it. You're giving birth to your creative self. You're coming to join us in the world. How exciting. I mean, you've done writing already. So I would say, what were your guidelines before? Were you asking yourself things like, what do my characters want? Because even the angel of death wants stuff, right? I mean, not stuff.
Absolutely.
But they want, go ahead.
I think my concern is more, how realistic can I be? Do I make them so they are recognizable, so that you reading similar newspapers to me would know who I'm writing about? Do I shade it? Really, do I change, if the person is Italian, do I then make the person Russian? How do I do it so I am not going to get sued, basically?
Oh, I say, so you've got this experience writing these angel of death characters or pre-birth characters. I would say you've got a very strong imagination. Use your imagination. So if you read a story about, like you said, someone who's Italian, and you think, wow, what a cool character, use your imagination and make them pretty much completely unrecognizable to the likes of me, who might read the article and go, oh my God, that's who you're talking about. Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, go there. Because this is a very litigious society. This is a society that delights in suing. People like to sue people. So I would say, use your imagination. You have a very strong imagination, sounds like.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and have fun. It sounds like you're going to have a great time.
I hope so.
You will. Thank you, Melinda. Do we have time? We have 4 minutes.
I think so. Yeah, we can take one more SLP. Narissa, hello. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hey, Narissa.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Hey. So first, again, I think I'm joining the chorus of people that say thank you for advice that you've given throughout these Watch Me Work. I think one of the first times I came on here, I was in the middle of writing a commissioned play, and I was concerned about the constraints, and you had just said that's your job, is to, you can work around the constraints, and I did, and it was wonderful, and so thank you for that. So I think what's been incredible is, since the commission, I've had more commissions.
Yay.
And so now there is the delight of abundance, I guess. And I think part of my concern and why I'm sitting here now is there are a few opportunities in front of me. And I think my concern is the depth of emotion I'm going to have to go into for one of the opportunities. I know I've kind of been pushing towards the side because I feel like I'm going to drop into an ocean. And so how do you, when approaching a work that is, is going to pull up a lot, and may both grieve you and heal you, in writing it, what is the self-care that you do afterwards?
Afterwards. I don't wait, Narissa. I'm sorry. I cut you off. But afterwards, go ahead.
So how, so after the writing, we're always writing, I guess. I'm always writing in my head, or just, before it comes out on the page. So how, after it's out and like everybody's seen it, and so I guess what are the steps that you take after to care for yourself, and I guess maybe how do you know if you're going too far, or I just don't want to. I don't know. I guess I'm concerned about after, if I go into this beautiful deep ocean, I don't want to swim out too far. And how do I care for myself? How am I caring for myself as I go into a very deeply personal work?
Right. That's a great question, Narissa. And that's why I'm sorry that I talked over you then.
That's okay.
I was like, after, because you were like, after. How do I care for myself afterwards? I'm like, afterwards, Narissa, during. Don't wait to after, girl. If you going in the ocean, what are you going to do? I'm going to go in the ocean, and then I'm going to come back, and afterwards, I'm going to get a boat. Get a boat now. Get yourself a boat. Get yourself a rowboat. Paint it your favorite color. Get some oars, get a sail, and get enough provisions and enough clean water to keep yourself afloat while you're in the ocean. You know what I mean? If you want to go down, if you want to jump off the boat and go down for a deep dive somewhere, get yourself a friend to say, if I don't come up in a day, call me. Pull on this rope. Make sure I come up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can even, if you're expansive, of course, you can have a yacht with a spa on board and have a spa treatment during the process. We don't need to separate the process of writing from the process of self-care. They can be of a piece, and you can take care of yourself along the way, so that there is no after. Sure, you'll deliver, you'll finish. You'll send it in and all those good things, and you'll pass the finish line, and you'll carry it across the finish line, all those great things. But you're not going to wait and to take care of yourself till after. So think of if you're going into a deep body of water, build yourself a boat. Noah did it. It worked for Noah. It can work for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm being silly, but you see what I'm saying, sister?
Yeah.
Okay. So always think, if you're feeling like, oh my God, I'm going into a deep cave. I tell my friend, get a rope like we do when we go caving. If anybody's been spelunking or caving, they give you a yellow rope, and you hold on to the rope, and you go on in the cave. And then when you're ready to come out, you pull on the rope, and you pull out of the cave. You don't wait until you're in the cave to say, send me a rope. So think of what you need, and what you need might be indicated by what you're afraid of or what you're feeling. I feel like I'm going to drown. What do you need?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to be lonely. What do you need? I feel like I'm going to be too isolated. Too many days of writing. What do you need? That's going to tell you what you need. You need to be around
Yeah.
friends more often. You need to, only write an hour a day. I feel like it's too much. What you need, cut it down. An hour a day is going to get you there. You just have to be consistent. I feel afraid. What do you need? Talk to friends. Come here. One of the places where you can talk
Yeah.
about it. You see, does that make sense?
It's brilliant. Yeah.
No, it's
thank
not
you.
brilliant. It's Monday. It's Monday all day long. It's Monday all day long.
Perfect.
It's 6:02. We love you all.
Thank you.
This is so much fun. It's so much fun because
It is.
when you all ask questions and we all get a hint of like, oh, that's cool. That's what I'm going through. And really that's what I'm going through too. So thank you, Narissa. Thank you everybody who asked a question today.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much, everyone. And we are not back next week, but we are back on April 13th. So that
There
is
you
our
go.
next Watch Me Work.
April 13th. We will see you then and there. We love you all. Mwah. Have a good couple of weeks. Bye.
Thank you.